Hello, my freedom lovers and liberty-seeking individuals from all around the world, not just necessarily here in America, but it's definitely geared towards a lot of Americans. But this is the internet, so we do go around the world viral, so it could be outside of these United States of America. This video I'm making in regards to, of course, I'm surfing the internet and I run across a lot of different information and stuff. I think there's a lot of great people out there that love freedom and liberties, but I think they're somewhat misguided in a lot of simple, basic ways that even the founding fathers expressed themselves. A lot of these people, they want to replace the income tax with the fair tax. As you can see clearly here, they're endorsing the fair tax here. And, the power of tax is the power to destroy. The founding fathers said that many times. So let's just go down here, and I just want to run across one a little bit here towards the bottom. How they're state here made popular by the Federal Fair Tax Bill, H.R. 25, which was either co-sponsored or otherwise endorsed by several 2008 presidential candidates. This consumption approach to taxation has broad professional support and reaches across the political spectrum, viewing the following short videos. Okay, Mr. Mike Gravel, I heard a lot about him. He was not my candidate of choice for sure, but I heard he was a good man. But unfortunately, I like to look a little deeper into a candidate that's going to be representing me. Where does he stand on issues? Does he take the Constitution seriously? Is he a puppet by the world elite or what? So I'm not saying that he's any of them. I'm just saying that I did not do my due diligence on him, and basically, therefore, I can't swing my vote towards that gentleman. Mike Huckabee. Now, Mike Huckabee, of course, there are some things that I did agree with him on, and also a lot of things I disagree with him on, and one of the main things I disagree with him on was his full, flat-out endorsement, even in the debates on the fair tax. Okay? Once again, the power of tax is the power to destroy. Now, they have Congressman Ron Paul down here as either co-sponsored or otherwise endorsing it. Okay? Well, excuse me, a little drink there, folks. Ron Paul was my candidate of choice to be president of the United States in 2008. I was a little bit surprised to see this here. I'm being a constitutionalist, and I think maybe they might have a little slant here. And let's go to YouTube and listen to what Congressman Ron Paul actually really truly says about the fair tax. As you can see, Ron Paul on fair tax, Ron Paul on taxes in general.
Well, you asked about the income tax. The first question I was asking was, what is my position on income tax? And it wasn't very hard. It didn't take very long for me to explain that I just get rid of it. The 16th Amendment. Now, there were a lot of supporters there, and maybe something here that like the fair tax, as a replacement. And I'm not a co-sponsor of that, but I'd probably vote for it if it ever came to the floor. It's not going to come up because they're not getting near that. But the taxes are symptomatic of the spending. And it's the attitude and prevailing attitude of what the world government ought to be. So you have to deal with, do you want a welfare state? Do you want to police the world? Do you want to police us as individuals? Then you need a lot of money. So that's the problem. But if you get rid of all those conditions, no matter which way you collect the taxes, it would be so minimal. You could do it probably with an import tax or something, or a minor sales tax. But if you put the sales tax on down and replace the income tax, I'd be terrified that they'd give us both. But the big thing is, is you've got to cut spending. That is the issue. The other point I make is spending by itself is a tax, because we tax, you don't collect enough money on the income tax to pay the bills. And then we borrow a lot, and we're dependent on China. Isn't it amazing that we depend on China to fight our wars? We couldn't even fight it without borrowing from China. But then, we still don't have enough, and then we print the money. And that is a tax because it falls back on the inflation factor. The higher prices hurt average people a lot more than it does the Wall Streeters. Matter of fact, where the money goes first in the Wall Street or the government, they're dealing with the money when it has more value. By the time it filters down, it has less value. So Wall Street does quite well. And there's so much cash out there now on Wall Street, it's going crazy. Of course, there will be a correction on that, but Goldman Sachs paid out $16 billion last year in bonuses. And that's why, that is a tax, it's a transfer of wealth from the poor. But we lived a good many years in this country without an income tax. Let's look forward to the day when we won't have any.
Well, there you go, folks. That's Congressman Ron Paul on taxes, on the fair tax. No slant there. Yes, he did say that he would probably sign it, but he admitted he did not co-sponsor it. He said he would sign it if it came up because it do with income tax, but he also said that if we wanted to continue to operate in the same manner, police the world, have welfare state, etc., and all, that it had to be funded that way. And that's all he was explaining in that video there. He does not fully endorse the fair tax. I've campaigned for Dr. Ron Paul. I know he's for restoring the government to constitutional limitations. That's what he's about. And a fair tax would not do that. A fair tax would continue to feed the monster, which is the Federal Reserve. It will continue to enslave us all. That is my humble opinion. You guys have a great, prosperous day.